Pregnant with her first child in 2022, Richa Eka was a true believer in the idea of free birth until she experienced it.
I made a very big mistake, and I paid a very heavy price for it.
Richa decided to have her baby at home with the support of friends and her partner.
Kind of thinking that hospital is a bit of a unsafe place, in a way of, this is where all the sick people go. So when you're a healthy pregnant woman, why do you want to go there? And I was definitely believing that and very much influenced by that in that moment.
Living in Port Macquarie in northern New South Wales, she chose to use a doula who she believed was familiar with the birthing process and possible complications. Doulas have no medical training.
I did think that the doulas would know positioning of the baby and use of Doppler, so they would know how is baby sitting in the uterus or in the canal.
In December 2022, Richa went into labor at home.
My labor was not very progressive, so it would ramp up during the night and then it would slow down during the day. And my doula would only really come around for like an hour or so to check.
After 50 hours on and off in labor, things took a troubling turn.
I went to lay down and I had a seizure during my labor, and during that time my partner came in and found me seizuring on the floor, completely blanked out.
Her husband called an ambulance and Richa was taken to Port Macquarie Base Hospital.
I was very lucky that I lived 10 to 15 minutes away from the hospital. If I lived any further away, I would not be here.
She underwent an emergency delivery and was sent to the ICU to recover. Meanwhile, her baby, a little girl she named Gia, was suffering complications from oxygen deprivation and was transferred to John Hunter Hospital in Newcastle.
She was basically being kept alive on life support so that we could have some time with her, so that we could say goodbye in dignity and in a way on our terms.
Gia survived for just 9 days.
Within 2 hours, she stopped breathing. She did this really big breath, right in the end. She just took this really, really big breath, and it was really scary and beautiful and sad and heartbreaking at the same time.
Richa now regrets making the choice to have a free birth.
I don't want other women to make the mistake that I've made and lose the way I've lost. I know a lot of other women who've been through what I've been through, similar different circumstances in free birth, and lost their babies.
Medical authorities are sounding the alarm following a series of high-profile deaths of mothers and babies linked to free birth. Zoe Bradfield is the president of the Australian College of Midwives.
And we are seeing deaths around the country, both maternal deaths and neonatal deaths, as a result of women who are free birthing without a regulated, qualified health professional. These are preventable and avoidable deaths.
Midwives and doctors are now calling for health ministers to pass laws to restrict labour and birth management to registered and appropriately trained professionals. Based on South Australian legislation, the new laws could carry substantial fines and jail terms. Dr. Nisha Kott is the president of the Royal Australian and New Zealand College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists.
We are not calling for women to be penalized for making any choices, including choices that involve a free birth, but we do want others who are present, who are not qualified, to be held accountable for their actions.
In Queensland in early May, free birth advocate and influencer Stacey Nightingale died after giving birth to her third child at home. Her son survived. In late September, 30-year-old influencer Stacey Hatfield died from postpartum hemorrhage in hospital following a free birth at home. Her son survived. Both women followed free birth advocates on social media who extol the benefits of eliminating the medical profession from childbirth, including midwives.
I think social media is a problem. The problem is you can't really have nuanced conversations or discussions on social media.
And I think that if you're a registered midwife, you are complicit in and contributing to the harm of women. So that's really
Prominent social influencer and self-styled authentic birthkeeper Emily Lal is being investigated by the Victorian Health Complaints Commissioner for allegedly facilitating and or participating in home births which put both mothers and babies at risk. She was issued a prohibition order to stop providing any general health services in Victoria. Emily Lal said she was trained by the Free Birth Society, a US-based group with over 130,000 followers on Instagram and a podcast series with over 5 million downloads.
When the Free Birth Society says to women that you don't need to go see a doctor or a midwife for any care throughout your pregnancy, that is wrong.
Renee Adair is the founder of Womb to Tomb Foundation. She has trained doulas for 3 decades in birth and end-of-life care. Speaking for herself, she believes the proposed regulation is potentially dangerous.
I'm deeply concerned that by criminalising essentially free birthers and potentially a doula or birth keeper that may be wanting to witness and support them without doing anything medical, are going to be pushed further underground.
Renee Adair says an accredited doula should never play any medical role in childbirth.
A doula is a person who has been professionally trained, who offers non-medical support, information, resources, and hands-on continuity of care before, during, and after the birth of your baby.
Rich's doula disappeared after she was taken to hospital. She says she never saw her in person again.
She completely abandoned and betrayed us.
5 months ago, life for Richa and her partner changed with the arrival of a healthy baby girl, Zalea. The birth took place with the help of a team of midwives and an obstetrician at her local hospital.
That's the path I chose this time around, and I'm very, very grateful and happy that I did. I think we have this amazing system and we should really use it.